So Twiki is basically a wiki engine, but like Bill mentioned, it has outgrown its roots and it's now a platform for web applications. The mission is, so we are specifically targeting the corporate world, where we have certain requirements like audit trail and so on. And so we want to build or improve our tool that lets teams to work together much more efficiently. It's open source, GPL, and it's available for download at twiki.org. So what is Twiki? So it is a wiki in the original sense, but from the usage perspective, not the feature set, from the usage perspective, so it's a shared notebook for projects. So it's kind of a repository where you can upload your market requirements, documents, design spec, and so on. It's a place for scheduling, keeping track of project schedules, keeping track of meeting minutes. Then it's also a departmental tool, collaboration tool, like to document processes that you have, to drive project reviews, QA tracking, like test results tracking. For example, also goals and objectives. That's cascading down the chain. Then it's also an intranet publishing tool used by IT, HR, for example, also to publish ISO standards, quality standards, and so on. And then it's also a CMS. Some companies use it as a CMS, but there it's more focused on free-form collaboration. And one example application is a requirements capture application for some type of product that you have. Then it's used as a knowledge base. So a knowledge base typically has a problem-solution pair that you post, and typically also you can attach a patch. So Twiki actually started its life as a knowledge base for support, for customer support. It's a platform to create web-based applications, like news portals, inventory systems, issues tracking systems. There was once an article, I think, in Linux magazine, and the author was comparing the Twiki advanced features more like PHP. So it's moving into that direction that you can build web-based applications. So who is using Twiki? Lots of corporations like 3Com. You see, I won't read the list here. You can visit twiki.org website and then read some of the success stories. So these are success stories so it's not edited in any way. So it gives you also a good overview of how the tool is being used. Also in the academic world, it's used quite a lot. Let's just go in here and look at the Brandeis University website. Font is a little bit big. So basically everything here is driven by, not this page here, but almost everything is driven by Twiki. And you can see the speed is also quite fast. Also, in addition, many communities on the internet are using Twiki to collaborate on their thing they're doing, like IPCOP firewall, new Hurt fans website that Gary, that Grant Bowen is driving. BlueDonkey.org, that's a website that writes books and publishes books online. So we have today 28,000 downloads, about 10,000 folks are on the mailing list for update announcements, and there are well over 1,000 installations worldwide. The Twiki installation directory lists lots of installations, also for what is being used. Let's look at this later. Who is developing, creating Twiki? So we are 6 core team members with CVS Write Access. As you see from the list, we are quite distributed. Maybe interesting to point out is that we never met in person, we never talked on the phone. So we are using Twiki as the main vehicle to get new features into Twiki. And also, a funny thing is, Andrea in Switzerland is usually used for a female name. So for the first 2 years, I assumed that Andrea is a female. But and so once on the Twiki.org website, I wrote a comment. She said, and then he corrected it to he. Okay. And so in addition, we have about 100 developers. So that's this link leads to a web notify page. That's like the subscription for developers. So these are folks who typically provide patches or bring a new idea that's being discussed on Twiki.org and then until it's implemented. Okay, so now look at the environment. So it's totally web based. Let's look at some of the elements. So we have a breadcrumb on top. So that list also grows. So usually, so it's fairly easy to go back, not where it came from, but back in the hierarchy where this page belongs to. We have so-called webs. A web is like a collaboration space within the system. So within a corporation, you might have one web for the QA, one web for the tech hubs, and so on. Then we have changes. The changes link, I use it all the time. It shows like the most recent changes that have been done in this particular web. Search, of course. Then the Go box. That's a way to quickly jump to a page. So it's not a search. So if you know the page name, you just type it in and then you land up in that page. Then the whole system is template driven. Here we are looking at a screenshot Twiki.org website, the support web. So when somebody creates a new entry, it automatically gives you a question-answer pair. So the person posts the question, saves the page, and then so somebody else answers that. We have links. This signature here is done automatically. We will get to this in a minute. And then we have question mark links. Yes, we get to this in a minute. Just look here that we have two different types of links. We have forms. Form is a way to structure the content. So in a way you have unstructured content on top and some structure plus some categorization at the bottom. And then we have attachments. So like everybody knows email attachments. It's the same thing. Instead of happening like attaching a file to an email, you're attaching a file to a web page. Then of course the edit button here to edit a page. Then we have revisions here. So you will see, you can go back in time, see how the page looked in the past. You just can find out who changed what. Okay. Then the key point here, it's a very interactive environment. So you can add and also refactor content. So it's like a sharing knowledge thing. So if refactoring content, changing content, rearranging content, it's like on the other side an email. Email, you're just posting and that's it. And then you're posting again a new email and that's it. Here you're basically writing, the first person writes something up, the second person changes that existing content, and that is going on and on. We have notification of changes. So there's a email that you can subscribe to, also an RSS feed. It's a way to keep everybody in sync, and it's also a way for more senior, for example, if you use it as a knowledge base, the more senior folks can check if the content that has been contributed is accurate, and it can be fixed on the spot. Now let's look at the key point of this wiki system, which is automatic linking. So it's very easy to create hyperlinked pages within a wiki system, and that's based on these wiki words. what it is, wiki word itself is also a wiki word. So it means it's uppercase, lowercase, and uppercase pattern. And they can repeat. So it's basically capitalized words run together. Now let's say I know there in the system we have a page called Internet Tools. So I added this page and add this bullet here. For more information, see Internet Tools. When I save the page, I will see also the bullet, and the link is done for me automatically. I don't need to worry about creating links. I only need to remember to give page names wiki names.
And that's within your particular web. So
and that is correct, yes.
But not globally at all.
Right. So that's namespace. Namespace is for the current web. There's also a way to link to a web that's to a different web. Okay. Then now, as important is how to create a new page. And so it's the same thing. Basically, you think of a new name, page name that doesn't exist yet in the system. So you type in, for example, for more information, see Internet Services, and you save the page. What you see then is a question mark with a link. That's an indication that the system is telling you that this page does not exist yet. And it invites you to create it by clicking on the question mark link. And then once you've done that, you go to the originating page, then you see it as a link. So now let's look at that. So I just click on that link. So now I edit this page here. And you see this is the edit form here, it's form-based. Now let's create a brand new page. You see I took out the spaces between the brand new and page. I do a preview and I do a save. So now you see there's a question mark. Now I click on the question mark and here we go. And I save the page, or preview and save the page. And now you see we are in the sandbox in Twiki, and we just created a page called brand new page. If I go back in the breadcrumb here to the parent, you see that now this is no more a question mark, page is there. Okay, so that takes a little bit time to get used to this way of creating a new page, but once you get it, it's fairly quickly. Okay. Then let's go back, continue with the presentation. Now, version control, I briefly mentioned it. So everything...
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Do you want to explain to us why that question mark didn't go away in your presentation? Because you changed something, you made that page.
In the presentation here.
Right. Next page. Okay.
So this page here.
That one right there, right.
This is only a fake question mark.
Oh. Just in case anyone wanted to know.
Yeah. Okay. So version control, like all the content is under version control. So if you attach, well, first of all, the page content itself. So you see